Hey all, just watch Game of Thrones Season 7 Episode 3, and again it was great. It's fantastic. There's only a couple of points that I want to raise. I'm not going to go over everything, but the first one would be where Melisandre said, "My role is just to bring fire and ice together," and I knew straight from there that the next 5-10 minutes was going to be amazing. Sure enough, hearing the conversation that Davos was saying, it was interesting. I had no idea, and I didn't think about how Jon Snow came into power, which is totally opposite to how Daenerys came into power. How much I knew they were opposites, but I wasn't thinking about how they view how they view themselves. One was worthy and was entitled, while the other one felt unworthy but was given all these powers. So it's great seeing that, and how Danvers was about to say a vital part, but Jon Snow stopped him at the end, which really intrigued Daenerys Stormborn. I'll be interested to see in the next episode if she confronts Davos or Jon and just see what he was going to say. Maybe that would convince her about the North and the trouble that's coming up from that side. Good part. The next point I want to go in was Bran. Bran seemed emotionless. And the discussion he had at the Weeping Tree, or the Old Gods Tree, or can't remember how they name everything, but the discussion he had with his sister was very interesting. Sansa was beautiful, especially in your white wedding. Now, two things is in past tense, as in we've seen him in the past, having a look in the past. He looks at the present, we can see him talking about that, but what he was talking about was future events. So the three-eyed raven, he lives outside of time and space. Hence the reason why he's so emotionless, because he's already gone through the emotion. He's just going through the current stage of reality, which I thought was interesting. And I think Sansa walked away not fully knowing what he was talking about. So, a beautiful day, white wedding. Who is she going to marry? Because she was not wearing a white gown when she married Littlefinger, when she married Tyrion Lannister. So she's obviously going to marry another person, and it's going to be a beautiful day. The next one I liked was when Cersei, she had a plan. We didn't quite fully understand what the plan was until after it was executed, and it was a flawless plan. Thoroughly enjoyed that. That was good on her half. Everything else was cool, but pretty much those 3 points there that I wanted to discuss, because they were quite intriguing. What I think about the next episode, there's obviously going to be a battle in Winterfell. So, two possible things is that the White Walker finally makes it to Winterfell, and it's now time to fight against the White Walker. Is that what's going to happen? No. The next one is the army coming up through from the south. Jaime Lannister and all Cersei's people are going to kill everyone in the north. And is that going to happen? No. So those two were the main possibilities. But obviously, if those two aren't the answers, what's the next thing? I'm pretty sure Littlefinger will tell us why he'll rebel and try and retake the North and see who his true allegiance is. Food for thought. Food for thought. And the next one is we get to see Jaime Lannister travel the road between Hightower and the Reach. No. Between Hightower and King's Landing, and the Reach will be in between. So I had a quick look at the map there to see if there's any enemy between those two. There shouldn't be any worries between that, but hey, anything can happen in Game of Thrones. But if Cersei gets her way, which I think she will, she'll pay her debts and get the backing from the bank. The bank, because the bank are the real seat of power, like she said. and what else is there? We've got Dany having discussion at the on the seashore there. Be interesting to see what's happening between her and Jon Snow. And then we also get a glimpse of Jon Snow showing Dany and the rest of inside the cave. So it's going to be a scene between those lots. What I found interesting was the final shot of the final shot that we saw of the up and coming episode, and that was seeing the back of Arya Stark overlooking Winterfell. So if there's a big fight happening and Arya's there, will she summon Nymeria to help defeat Littlefinger and others? Be interesting. Won't rule it out, probably won't happen, but this is Game of Thrones and we love theories. Have a good one.